go. You can see some of my storagey stuff. You don't want to see that. All right. Here we go. It is Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Only 7 working days before Christmas holiday, before the kids are off. It's exciting. Next week will be a little chaotic. We'll see if I'll be able to come on next week, because it's often a challenging week for the kids in terms of energy and patience and all that good stuff, because there's often lots of things that are different that are planned, and anyway, it's exhausting, but it's fun. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. I'm Shannon, and with Paper Delights, and I come on every evening, Monday to Friday at 7 p.m. to motivate you and inspire you and to stir the imagination in hopes that you do something that you love doing in some creative form, whether it's card making or scrapbooking, watercolors, whatever it is, right? It's still it's a very stressful time. And as you know, we're coming to the holiday season. That's another layer of stress. So hopefully you are doing something that you love to help cope. So I love doing cards. Actually, my favorite part of the cards is the creative part, is thinking about, or you know, someone saying, okay, well, I love greens, but you know, I want pink in it too, and I want trees, or I want moose, or whatever. I love that part of it, the creative part of it, right? So just getting something or being given parts of things that people are looking for. So I really like that part of it. So all right, so we're doing some more stuff with the Sweetest Time. It's that really pretty edged paper there. So this was my idea. I've kind of gone back to making one card and then showing you how I did it, only because then I have more cards available to sell, and I've been going through a lot of Christmas cards, so this way I kind of like 2 for the price of 1 kind of a thing. So all right, we are going to stamp Itty Bitty Christmas. I've been using this stamp set for a good bunch of the Christmas cards. I really like it. It's a really good investment. A sugared sprinkled season. I've used it for a lot of things, and I love all the different sayings, and I love the different fonts and things like that. So I'm going to go with a real red for this one. And I'm going to move it down just because I want some room for my bow. I probably could have gone with a slightly smaller little tag, but that's what I got. So it's all good. This is the red linen thread. I ordered some more of the red sheer ribbon because, as you can see, my spool is very empty. There was some great deals on yesterday. Hopefully you've been able to get some of that. So I'm going to put some white glue on this one just because of the detail of where it's been punched and stuff like that. I think if we were to use the adhesive, you can't really get it in all the nooks and crannies here, so we're just going to use some white glue. But you could use your snail, but I think you wouldn't be able to catch all of the edges, and it might catch. There. So I want to put this far enough back that it doesn't come off the edge. There we go. And this paper was from the pack, from this pack of 6x6 called Wonders of the Season. Nope, that was the Memories and More pack. The paper, doesn't have a name anymore. Oh, Tis the Season 6x6. So it was a great little pack of paper that had all sorts of nice designs and such. And I still have some left over, so I can either make more cards or I can save it and use it for next year. So, but I thought the candy canes went nicely with these candy canes here, so that's what I did. So let's pop this up. And for these gems, I used a little different. It's called the Wonderful Gems, and they've got like pieces of like gold fleck in them almost. They're really pretty. They're a little bit bigger, but I thought because I had a lot of space on my card, I thought it would be all right. So I think I'm going to put this one a little higher up, like that. Get a glue dot for my bow. Like that. And we'll use some of these wonderful gems. Now this set also has two different sizes. So it's got the bigger ones and then it's got like a medium. Some of the gems have 3 different sizes. I love all of their embellishments. They really have really nice embellishments. And this one I just thought was really cool with the bit of gold fleck. It made me think it was like a little more candy like, you know. I was like, ah, that's perfect. So there we go. So there's that card. Have a sugar sprinkled season. So I'm curious if everyone has got their cards out in the mail. I admit I have not done that yet. I've been so busy with everything else. I have not got my own cards out in the mail. So if I don't have your address, it's not too late to send me a message if you'd like a Christmas card. So this is my idea for this one. So I had I had stamped a whole bunch of the candles in different colors, and then I just fussy cut it around them. It wasn't that difficult. I had done originally in pink and purple for the Advent that we did yesterday, but then I also did some in the red and the green. And the set also has these leaves here. So that's what I did for those ones. So again, it's just a simple white card base. And this one I did the embossing folder was the scripty embossing folder. And this one, the embossing folder is the subtle embossing folder. So it'll be similar cards, but just a slightly different look to them, right? Which is the great thing about cards. And often I find it's challenging because often the cards I don't make, you know, 10 of the same card unless you want me to. I typically will make subtle differences in the card based on the paper I have and different things like that. So often the cards are all slightly different. All right, so let's get our stamp. I think, do you have a chamois in your workspace? I think everyone should have a chamois. It's awesome. I have it beside me in this case. I rinse it out once a week, and then I just wipe my ink on it, and then I put it back in the case, just like that. If you don't have a chamois, I highly, highly recommend it. It makes things so fantastically easy. All right, so I'm going to use red only because I have it here beside me. And I I stamped it a little bit further to the edge only because I knew I was going to tuck part of it under the candle. I am going to pull it closer to me though, because I can't see that I'm square that far in front. So this red is very juicy, but that's okay. I think it looks all right. And then you can hear me squeegee my stamps. Like I said, it's a nice little stocking stuffer. All right. So my ink is dry. Put a bit of adhesive. And then I'm going to put my candle here. So I will put my believe right there. Now this candle just happens to be slightly taller. I mean, you could put more than one candle if you wanted to, but I again just sort of liked the simplicity. And then I have, like I said, I had the green leaves that I punched out, and I had a few other little things left over, right? You could have a little different look if you wanted. So maybe we do a little pine one from there. My glue dots, here they are. And we'll put the glue dots. I'm going to put 2 glue dots on the leaves. I could put adhesive, but the leaves, they're like cut slightly, they're cut. So I worry that the adhesive might kind of almost like go through, so there. And then I used the same gems, the same wonderful gems, to do the little berries, the little combination of the berries here. And then I used the golden ones for a few other places, right? Oh, I forgot to put this one down. Whoops. Let's glue that one down. And then we are good to go. Let's see if there's any comments. Nope. And then we'll take our nice gold sparkly one, I think. Maybe that one up there. And then I think I'll do a little one because the bigger one was just a bit too big. So that's 3, 4, 5. So I always like to have odd numbers. That one doesn't, but I think it just looks nicer. But you can have as many as you like. So, all right. So there's our second card. Now the last card, I did not do an extra one. Oh, all right, we will not be able to do this one. It's gotten wet and my paper is all warped. Oh, okay. Well, let me quickly grab another piece of paper. Hold on, 2 seconds. There we go. All right. Don't know how that happened. All right, so this one I haven't thought out completely, so could be interesting. We'll see how it turns out. So my idea was, I really liked this candy cane paper, and as I showed you, there's all these candy canes that you can do from the dies. So my idea, my partial idea, because it wasn't a finished thought, was this paper here, and then some of the candy canes and such around like that. But then I've got to figure out what I'm going to do for my greeting. Let's see what's on here. Wishing you the sweetest season. I don't think that's gonna fit unless we did a thing like that. All right. So I think so that will fit like that. Okay, let's do that. And it has stamps with the candy cane and berries. We'll stamp it right on there. We'll basically like sort of like make our own designer paper. So let's give that a try. So I'm going to take this off and I'm going to fold that back so I don't get it dirty. I'm going to grab my little, oops. I usually have like a little extra scrap piece. Oh, I'll use this one, the one that's water damaged here. All right. So for this one, let's see, we'll do, I'm gonna ink off first and then ink on. Oh, what is going on? Do you have accidents like this? How do you deal with them? Do you throw them out or start again? Do you have one of those lovely mono erasers to erase it? How do you deal with ink drama in your craft room? When something doesn't go quite the way you had hoped. So I think it's going to be okay because I'm going to put this like this, right? Kind of covering it like that. So I think I will leave that. Again, I'm kind of doing this on the fly, so it's not quite to my usual ways of doing the cards, but it'll work for tonight, you know. All right, I don't want to do my sentiment in red because I think that would be just way too much red. So we're going to do it in black because I don't really want to, I guess I could do it in green, but I want to use some of the greenery on here. So we'll do that. So that will go like that. And then I'll take some of these and add it to that. All right. I think that's how we're going to hide that, because I really don't want to have to grab another piece of paper. So, but how do you handle boo-boos in your craft room when you're doing stuff? Do you start over again? Do you find a creative way to work around it? What do you do? Stamp over it. Yeah, I think it might be easier with the apparatus. It's next on my wish list for sure. So I'm only going to put my adhesive on half. And then put it in the center. And then we've got some of the greenery we can add. We've got some of the candy canes we can add. Got some of the gems there. All right, so let's add our leaves, and then we can use the red gems like we used in the other card. We can use that too for berries on here. And then we could do our, let's see, I think I'm going to pop up the candy cane if I can find my, there we go, my little mini adhesives. They're super cute. So we'll pop up the candy cane like that. We could even add, now this one I didn't put a backing on it, so I could almost tuck it in behind like that. And I don't think you'd know that it's the other way around. So I'm going to add a little bit of glue to part of it. And I'm going to tuck it under, going the opposite direction. There. And then we can add one of the candies up there. It's a little bit of glue. This mono glue is awesome. It needs so little to do the job. All right, so then we can add a couple of gems for our berries. Whoops. Don't poke yourself when you're taking the gems off. There. We can add some of the golden ones. There we go. So those are our 3 cards for this evening. Do you have a favorite? Do you prefer the scripty or the subtle? There you go. Do you prefer the scripty or the subtle? I can't tell if you guys can really see a difference. There is a difference, but it's all good. So there we go. So you could put another label here, but I think you could just write on the side or on the back if you really wanted to. Or we could, like I said, we could put another oval on the inside if I had one. for your sentiment. So you could write whatever you wanted to write to people. I think that's the wrong, yeah. I don't have any right now, but you get the idea. So, all right. Any favorites? They're both cute. Yeah, I like them. I think they're cute. Perfect. Thank you so very, very much for joining me this evening. I hope your week is going well and you are staying safe, and I will see you tomorrow. Thank you again, and have a wonderful, wonderful evening.